Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the news from Saba Satellite Channel from Marib. We begin with the headlines.
Presidential Leadership Council reviews national coordination and reform efforts.
National resistance foils major Houthi smuggling operation in Bab al-Mandab.
UN chief warns of widening climate adaptation funding gap ahead of COP30. Welcome once again, and here are the details. In Aden, the Presidential Leadership Council, chaired by President Rashad Mohammed Al-Alimi, held a series of expanded meetings with Prime Minister Salim Saleh bin Buraik, cabinet members and governors to review national developments, economic reforms and security priorities.
The Council reaffirmed that unity of decision and coordination between the central government and local authorities is vital to restoring state institutions, improving public services and ensuring effective management of national resources. Members voiced full support for the government and the central bank in continuing structural reforms to strengthen financial stability and transparency.
Turning to security, the Council praised Yemen's armed forces and security agencies for their counter-terrorism successes and for dismantling criminal cells linked to the Iran-backed Houthi militia. It also welcomed the achievements of joint naval forces that foiled large weapons and drug smuggling attempts in the Red Sea. President Al-Alimi reiterated Yemen's commitment to international counter-terrorism efforts, calling for unity behind the sacrifices of the nation's defenders as the country moves toward peace and stability.
Following the Presidential Leadership Council's emphasis on development and institutional reform, efforts to strengthen Yemen's education sectors also advanced today. The Minister of Higher Education, Dr. Khalid Al-Wasabi, met today in Aden with the French Ambassador Catherine Caman to discuss reactivating French language centers at Aden and Taiz universities.
The meeting also reviewed ways to enhance cooperation in higher and technical education, with the minister commending France's ongoing coordination to make the project a success. Ambassador Caman confirmed that preparations for reopening the centers are already underway, as both sides work to strengthen academic exchange and training opportunities. The initiative reflects growing Yemeni-French cooperation and supports broader government efforts to revitalize education and build international partnerships.
Building on Yemen's expanded international partnerships, Minister of Youth and Sports Naif Al-Bakri met today with the British Ambassador Abda Sharif to discuss expanding cooperation in the fields of youth empowerment and sports. The meeting held via video conference focused on promoting leadership and development opportunities for young Yemenis in line with national goals for stability and sustainable growth.
Ambassador Sharif reaffirmed her country's commitment to supporting Yemen's peace efforts and praised the ministry's active role in empowering youth. This growing collaboration with the United Kingdom adds momentum to Yemen's broader strategy for reform and international partnerships.
And staying with Yemen's growing international partnerships, the governor of Aden, Ahmed Lamlas, held talks today with the French ambassador, Catherine Caman, to strengthen cooperation and support sustainable development projects in the temporary capital.
The two discussed ongoing efforts to improve basic services and infrastructure, while highlighting the need to create economic opportunities for youth. Ambassador Caman reaffirmed France's commitment to backing Yemen's development and improve public services through long-term community-driven initiatives. Both sides agreed to continue coordination to ensure priority projects meet the needs of the people of Aden and contribute to comprehensive, sustainable growth.
Turning now to security developments, and in a major security success, the National Resistance forces have intercepted Houthi-bound smuggling operation in the Bab al-Mandab Strait, seizing a shipment containing chemical substance and military equipment intended for the Iran-backed militia. In a coordinated operation involving the Navy, Coast Guard, and General Intelligence, forces intercepted a wooden vessel in the Bab el-Mandeb Strait carrying chemical compounds and military gear bound for Houthi-controlled areas.
Officials say the cargo, which originated from Djibouti, included 24 barrels of phenol formaldehyde, a chemical used in missile installation and drone manufacturing, along with military uniforms, diving equipment, and surveillance gear. The National Resistance confirmed that the materials were linked to Iranian smuggling networks, emphasizing that the interception is part of broader efforts to protect Red Sea security and curb Houthi access to advanced weapons.
Following Yemen's continued efforts to strengthen regional security, diplomacy is also at the forefront. Yemen's ambassador to France, Dr. Riyad Yassin, joined fellow Arab ambassador in Paris today for talks with Cédric Perrin, chairman of the French Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs and Defense. The meeting focused on accelerating humanitarian aid and reconstruction in Gaza while pushing for a comprehensive and lasting peace based on international resolutions.
Ambassador Yassin and his Arab counterparts praised France's supportive stance on Palestinian cause, emphasizing the country's key role in promoting regional stability and peace. The ambassadors also underlined the urgent need for collective international action to civilian suffering and revive the peace process in accordance with international legitimacy resolutions.
Following Yemen's active role in regional diplomacy, the country was present in the 27th Arab Conference on Antiquities and Cultural Heritage, hosted by Qatar Museum in partnership with Alexo under the theme Sustainability of Cultural Heritage.
The conference brought together 22 Arab nations to discuss strategies for protecting historical sites amid environmental and technological change and for making culture a driver for sustainable development. Representing Yemen, Dr. Hussein Al-Aidarous presented a paper on sustainability in Yemen's culture heritage, outlining efforts to preserve ancient sites despite ongoing challenges. The gathering highlighted the Arab world's shared commitment to safeguarding its heritage, a source of identity, creativity, and continuity for generations to come.
And finally tonight, as nations across the Arab world work to safeguard their heritage and environment, the United Nations is warning of a deepening global crisis. Secretary General Antonio Guterres has urged world leaders to move much faster to confront the worsening climate emergency, calling the latest United Nations report on the adaptation funding gap a grave alarm bell.
The report shows that developing nations now need more than 12 times the funding they currently receive to cope with climate impacts, from rising seas and deadly storms to scorching heat waves. Guterres said this is not just a financial gap, but a failure of global solidarity, stressing that the upcoming COP30 conference in Brazil must produce a concrete plan to help vulnerable countries protect their people and strengthen climate resilience.
You've been watching the news from Saba Satellite Channel. Until next time, have a good time.